All right, welcome back, Truth Seeker. It is Thursday, September 2nd, 2021. In the headlines in recent days, hoax kills COVID denying anti vaxxer who worked for the CIA. And this man was Robert David Steele, who supposedly was once CIA. He was a regular guest on InfoWars with Alex Jones. And as I've been educating about for 8 years, Alex Jones is a 100% agent and shill and part of this Jesuit Masonic network. And there's been a lot of clear examples to expose that this is the case, but this is the clearest ever. And it's also going to prove what I've been saying about QAnon the whole time, that it is a Jesuit psychological operations. Because Robert David Steele, former CIA, was a member of QAnon, which Jones, was mostly in tune with. And of course, Alex Jones got behind the big Jesuit scumbag, Donald Trump, in the Jesuit political scheme that is the U.S. federal government. So look at this. From Alex Jones' birthday, February 11th, he turned 47 this year, like how the CIA was established in 47, that infamous number. But from his 47th birthday on February 11th to Robert David Steele's death on August 30th was Alex Jones' 201st day of his age. And as I've pointed out many times, QAnon has the 201 encoded. Big number with the Jesuits, number that they do so many rituals with. And since Robert David Steele's dead from COVID, let us not forget that Event 201 was the coronavirus pandemic simulation 1 month before the outbreak in Wuhan, China. If you're new here, this number 201, it's everywhere with the Jesuits. The first Jesuit pope, we're living in the time of Pope Francis, born Jorge Mario Bergoglio, whose name is 201. The founder of the Jesuits, Ignatius of Loyola, his name 201. Pope Francis, look it up. He's the first, not only is he the first Jesuit pope, he's the first pope to live in Suite 201 at the Vatican in an apartment known as the Domus Sanctae Martyr, which equals 201. There's a movie about Pope Francis called The Two Popes. Jonathan Price plays Pope Francis. Jonathan Price is 201, like Catholic Pope is 201, like the Jesuit Order is 201. And again, anybody can look up the fact that Pope Francis is the first ever Pope to live in Suite 201. The Jesuits abuse this number. And, with their agents, the 201 is often showing. So with regards to this former CIA dying on Alex Jones's 201st day of his age, let's not forget that the CIA is completely Jesuit-controlled because all of Washington, D.C. is. But the words in the logo for the CIA, Central Intelligence Agency, United States of America, 201, and it was established in history on September 18th, 47, the 201st day of the sitting Pope's age at the time. The CIA is for national intelligence, another phrase that's 201. You got the other Jesuit scumbag is president right now, Joe Biden, whose wife and daughter died after he became senator-elect on Limestone Road, which equals 201. Beau Biden died at age 46, 201 days before Pope Francis's birthday. So, again, here's Alex Jones, the scumbag. And, again, if the guy who likes to call into the show all the time, every week and vouch for Alex Jones, if he wants to call in and vouch for him this time, I think we could all use a good laugh. But, it's been clear as day that Alex Jones is nothing but a plant and a puppet and a liar and a fraud and somebody who's here to make conspiracy look stupid. Because conspiracy is a real thing. This nation is a conspiracy. It lies to us every day for the sake of agendas that are the agendas of wealthy and powerful people. They keep us enslaved to their agendas with conspiracies, not theories, real conspiracies. COVID, 9/11, and beyond. Now, with regards to Alex Jones operating out of Jesuit Austin, just remember, in the base ciphers, if you're new here, gematria, it's based on the alphabetic order forwards and backwards with the rules numerology. Just notice how Jesuit and Austin are the exact same in every cipher. InfoWars equals 42 like Jesuit like Austin. And what day is Alex Jones's birthday? The 42nd day of the year. What's he broadcasting on? The Genesis radio network. Biblical, like the Society of Jesus, who pays this shill. Again, InfoWars has the Gematria 42. World War has the Gematria 42. War has the Gematria 42, like Jesuits 42, like Freemasons 42. Masonry is 105, so is InfoWars and Alex Jones. Remember, DC's the Jesuit Masonic city, where the 32nd degree of the Scottish Rite shares the same motto with the Jesuits, Ad Merum Dei Gloriam. Now, as for this guy going out as a conspiracy theorist who denied the virus, and now he's dead from it. We just got a similar story like this by the numbers with Phil Valentine, another Jesuit pawn. But notice, he died on August 30th, the day leaving 123 days left in the year, right? He's a conspiracy theorist. Conspiracy 123. These are the types that give conspiracy a bad name. The QAnon morons, the Alex Jones morons. The people that just listen to senseless bullshit, which is what Alex Jones pushes all day, every day. What QAnon pushes all day, every day. QAnon was the most transparent psy-op in the history of psy-ops. Even more transparent than the flat earth psy-op waged by Google in the summer of 2015. For one other point, with regards to Alex Jones being on the Genesis radio network, Robert David Steele died on his 46th day of his age. And of course, Genesis 46 begins with a sacrifice. In Gematria, sacrifice equals 46, so does virus. So they're saying he died from the virus. He was a guest on Alex Jones' show on the Genesis radio network. And again, it's no secret that Alex Jones is a lying fraud and a shill. Let me go back and play this clip of Bill Cooper saying what Alex Jones was in the 90s, back when he was new on the scene. Let's go back and watch this clip. I'm going to turn up the volume here, and we'll put it on. Bill Cooper on Alex Jones.
Before we get started, I have to clear up a little discrepancy here. Apparently the other night, or within the last week, because I've been getting a lot of email about this, and I even received one telephone call. Apparently somebody called the Alex Jones broadcast and asked him why he didn't have me on the air, or asked him something about me. Alex Jones said he had me on the air once before, several years ago, and had to cut me off the air because of the foul language that I used. So on the air tonight, I'm going to tell you, Alex Jones, you are a bold-faced, miserable, stinking little coward liar. Now let me say that again so there's no mistake about it. You can all tell Alex Jones that I said this, and I suspect he's listening because he does. Alex Jones, you are a bold-faced, stinking, rotten little coward liar. I was only on the Alex Jones show one time. It was years ago, when I didn't know who he was, when I didn't realize what a liar and a coward and a sensationalist bullshit artist that he is. He was on one little FM station down in Texas. He wasn't on all the stuff that he's on now. And I agreed to be on his broadcast. That's when I was doing guest appearances on broadcasts, years ago. I was not cut off. I did not use any kind of foul language whatsoever. He treated me very well. And I stayed on for the whole show. Some of you in Texas know that that's true because you heard the broadcast and you taped it. Later, when I found out who Alex Jones was and what he was doing to the truth, and what a cowardly liar and sensationalist he really is, every time he called me after that, I have always refused to appear on his broadcast. Absolutely refused to lend him any credibility whatsoever by appearing on his broadcast. And that made him very angry. I've also revealed him for the lying, sensationalist, bullshit artist that he is. by every once in a while bringing to your attention the lies and the deceit and the rumors that he spreads over the airwaves that are not good for any of us, and they're not good for the nation. They are especially not good for militia and patriots. The most disgusting broadcast he ever did was on New Year's Eve, the year 2000, the New Year's Eve, 1999, bringing in the year 2000, which he went completely out of his mind and claimed that Russia had launched intercontinental ballistic missiles with multiple warheads at the United States of America, and actually panicked millions of people who were putting their children and their belongings in their cars and heading for the hills. Now, there's lots of things that can be said about me. Nobody needs to lie about me. Sometimes I am irritating. Sometimes I absolutely will not suffer fools and am just as rude as I can be. Nobody has to lie about me, Alex Jones. So I suggest that the next time somebody calls your broadcast and asks them about me, you tell the truth. There's lots of truth that you can tell about me. But don't ever lie on me, buddy, because I'll chop you off at your ankles. I will chew you up. I will spit you out for the lying, stinking, rotten little coward that you are. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all I have to say about Mr. Sensationalist, lying, rumor-mongering, bullshit artist, Alex Jones. Good evening. You're on the air.
Yeah, hi, Mr. Cooper. Listen, that Alex Jones interview was directly after you published the Veritas June 26, 1998 issue about the Cooper family being targeted by the feds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, back in 1990. Did he kick me off the air?
No, he's a liar, and you pointed it out, and I heard that interview, and you were nothing but cordial.
Yeah, well, that's the truth.
That's the truth. Thank you.
Thank you, Virginia.
Bye-bye.
Alex Jones is a miserable, rotten, little, stinking, cowardly, bold-faced liar. Boy, you know, all of these people ought to know better than to mess with me, because I don't take any crap from anybody. And if I'm not afraid of the whole machinations of the entire government Gestapo, what in the hell makes Alex Jones think that I would ever be afraid of his cowardly little rotten butt? Good evening. You're on the air.
Yeah, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to let you know I verify what you said about that Alex Jones interview. They had it archived on the internet at one time, and I did hear that interview, and there's nothing wrong with what you did.
And I wasn't thrown off the air, was I?
Not a bit.
No. And that's the only interview I ever did with Alex Jones. As soon as I found out what he was doing and who he really was, he's called me back at least 100 times since then, and I've always told him to take a hike. So anyway, thank you.
All right, so there's Bill Cooper making it real clear about Alex Jones. And just a note, Neo the hacker in the chat is saying that Robert David Steele actually died August 29th. In all odds, the guy's probably not even dead. So every single article about his death broke August 30th. There was no news about this on August 29th, but if you look through some of the articles, it specifies that it was first tweeted on Sunday, August 29th, that he had died. So the news broke then on Alex Jones's 201st day of his age. It doesn't change anything about the ritual. It matters just as much the day the news comes out. Again, Alex Jones is part of this Jesuit network, and this guy is known through Alex Jones. And again, just the whole CIA 201 connection. So it doesn't change anything about that. And if he did really die on August 29th, that's the 241st day of the year, the 53rd prime. Of course, COVID's 53. They're saying he died from COVID. So all news of the death breaks on August 30th. And with regards to the Jesuits and it being September 2nd, the big news right now at this moment is the flooding in New York. The state of emergency declared just after midnight, September 2nd, on the 52-date numerology, date we circled, months ago for weather warfare. And here, I want to go back and make a point about the Jesuits, the military order of the Catholic Church, InfoWars. And today. So it's September 2nd, 2021. It's a date with 52 numerology. Flood, Earth, Enlil, all 52. Year after year, the major flood rituals on the 52 date. In this case, the flooding did begin in New York September 1st, but the state of emergency, they waited to declare it until just after midnight on September 2nd. This is par for the course. Enlil's the Babylonian god of flooding. Again, flood, Earth, Enlil, 52. We tell time on a 52-week calendar. In Gematria, hurricane equals 52 forwards, 56 in reverse. And remember, they started making a big deal about Ida on August 27th, the 239th day of the year, the 52nd prime. Tropical storm Ida equals 239. That was the anniversary of Harvey flooding Texas. But in Gematria, climate change 56, natural disaster 56, Society of Jesus 56, the climate accords in Paris, France, where the Jesuits are from, Paris, France 56. In New York today, Chuck Schumer's up there talking about climate change along with every other talking head on TV. This is climate change. We got to do something. Climate change is here. You know, climate change, climate change, climate change. They're blaming this on climate change. Washington, D.C., the Jesuit stronghold where the politicians are, another 56. Big number with the Jesuits in their rituals, and it's interesting how they've encoded our language and the phrases we're so used to and that regurgitate that we learn from them in the mainstream. Coronavirus 56, Black Lives Matter 56. All of these things are their doing. And in history, the first ever act of weather warfare that was admitted to was the Lynmouth flood of 1952. And it happened on August 15th, the day that the Jesuits were created in history. They say 34 people died in the Lynmouth flood. Lynmouth equals 34. But notice Lynmouth flood is also 54, like Jesuit order, the other name for the Society of Jesus. But again, that was August 15th that it happened in history, the day the Jesuits were created. This year, the huge Jesuit ritual by the numbers in Afghanistan. Last year on August 15th, Donald Trump's brother died. Jesuit Donald Trump lost his brother on August 15th. There's always a big whopper on August 15th. And, in 52, it was the Lynmouth flood. So was this the work of climate change? No, this was the work of military. It created unprecedented flash flooding just like what you had in New York. And, again, weather warfare is a real thing. There's patents on weather modification technology going back 100 years. Weather warfare was admitted to almost 70 years ago now. I mean, just imagine how much further they've come with it. And they need to sell us on all their agendas. You know, they need us to believe in climate change. That's why they're going to smash a city like New York by the numbers, as they already did. You know, they did that the other year with Sandy. You know, right before the Sandy Hook shooting that was all synced up. Again, perfect rituals. The Sandy Hook shooting happened 46 days later in Connecticut. Connecticut's 46, elementary school 46. You know. But again, these are agendas. Because of climate change, they're going to be introducing, as time goes on, more and more taxes, more and more regulations, more and more encroachments on your rights and liberty. You know, they'll have tracking on all the food. They'll probably be, rationing. All this stuff they have planned for us as they create this greater and greater slave state for us with greater and greater surveillance over it. But they need us to have all these ideas in our head for why it's being done to us. Well, there were the killer germs out there, and man, Mother Nature was, rearing its ugly head, so the government had to do these things to maintain society. It's all bullshit, you guys. All they're really doing is using their power and control and technology to enslave us more and more, to make us more and more into their cattle. That's what it is at the end of the day. And it's not to say that we haven't trashed the planet and overconsumed. The same gang has introduced all this stuff to us. But, this is the work of man, not Mother Nature. And all these headlines with these different death counts, right before I went on, the latest was up to at least 14 dead. It's like, really? Dead 14, Ida 14, 14 dead from Ida. So, Again, all they're doing is rituals by the numbers, and when they report death tallies, it's always numerical. And again, what are the odds? State of emergency, unprecedented flooding in New York. Here we are at the start of September, right before the 20th anniversary of September 11th. And on the exact date we had circled, a long time ago. So, same thing year after year. But yeah, weather warfare. First admitted to in an act on the Jesuit birthday. Just think about that. Here, real quick, the other thing I want to do on this stream is I want to call this Pfizer number and just see what it says when you call it. 1-800-666. Remember, vaccination is 666 in Sumerian gematria. Just multiply the alphabetic order times 6. A is 6, B is 12, C is 18. And let me see. Let's see what it says. So this is Pfizer's phone number.
Thank you for calling Pfizer's U.S. customer service. Please listen carefully as our menu options have changed. This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance. If you know your party's extension number, press 1. For assistance regarding Prevnar or Tremenda, press 2. If you are a designated recipient of government product and are calling about an existing or expected Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine order, press 8. The Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine is also known as Comirnaty. Comirnaty is FDA approved for ages 16 and up. Comirnaty has the same formulation as Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine, and the products can be used interchangeably. See conditions of use at www.cvdvaccine.com. For all other Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine inquiries, please visit www.cvdvaccine.com or press 9. For assistance with Pfizer injectables, medical devices, and dropship orders, including...
Okay, I get the point. I don't need to hear anymore. Beyond the 666, remember the Cladex simulation was May 15th, 2018, 2 years to the day of the Jesuit puppet Donald Trump declaring Operation Warp Speed, but exactly 666 days before the pandemic was declared on March 11, 2020. 666 been all over this agenda. Again, I talk about it in a big way in my book with the HR 6666, the contact tracing. Remember, computer is 666 in the same cipher as vaccination. So is the word mandatory. And just seeing how all this is coming together right now. The contact tracing, the vaccine, the computer, the surveillance, the 5G. But the other thing about that phone number besides just the 666 is the 7248. 72, Jesuit Order 72, Illuminati 48. The Illuminati established by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt, and he renamed it Order of Illuminati, which equals 201, like the Jesuit Order, and he died in history on November 18th, 1830, 201 days after the anniversary of its establishment. So, again, you guys, Jesuits as far as the eyes can see. That's why you get the news of the death of the InfoWars, regular guest with Alex Jones on the 201st day of Alex Jones's age. And again, I highly doubt this guy's dead. Just another, scum Jesuit agent. Did his time with the CIA, did his time with the misinformation with Alex Jones, and then they report him going out by the numbers. I mean, it's possible he's dead. It's possible they just get rid of the scum by the numbers, but... yeah, there's no accident with the news coming on the 201st day of Alex Jones's age. None at all. And of course, it's August 30th, right? 8 plus 30, 38. The other thing you could say about that date is death 38, pandemic 38. Remember the Chinese whistleblower doctor at the beginning of the pandemic who supposedly died on the 38th day of the year? His name was like Li Wenliang, died February 7th, 2020. So... And Neo the Hacker, he did a good job on his channel on the reported school shooting to start the year in Winston-Salem, a town that I always point out, town full of rituals, 47 town. Just like Alex Jones is 47 right now, like the CIA established in 47, government authority, all those words, all the big 47 words having to do with authority. And don't forget, Alex Jones is a Christian, right? He's a Jesus believer. Christian 47, Vatican 47, Republican 47, Democrat 47, DC 47. Again, more signs of the Jesuit pawn, the Society of Jesus. Again, that's how they get us, you guys, from a young age, filling our heads with bullshit, expecting us to believe bullshit our whole lives. Jesus' story fits right in there. But that shooting yesterday in Winston-Salem on a Wednesday, what do we know about Wednesday? Saturday and Wednesday. Most common days for mass shooting stories, Wednesday equals 4437, like shooting equals 4437. And, September 1st, chaos, 1-9. North Carolina, 67, the 19th prime, all this stuff. So it's mostly, though, just that shooting on a Wednesday. What else is new? So, Did QAnon die? It seems like it died. I don't see the QAnon trolls always around here anymore. It must have died. Way too late. The damage was already done, but again, if you needed any more evidence of it being a Jesuit psy-op, this should be the end of it, right? This should be the end of it. So we'll leave it there, Truth Seeker. And until